Sorry.
Okay, we're live. Hi, everyone. Very, very early Shabbat Shalom. We are so happy to be back here with you. Hold on, I'm going to move this. 1 second. I could see that was right in our way. Getting a couple of technical things in order. So happy and proud today to have one of my favorite people in the world with us, Chef Jeffrey Collinger.
Or just Jeffrey Collinger, be correct.
I say Chef Jeffrey
Okay,
Collinger.
I know you did.
Can't help it. Well deserved.
Thank you so much.
And today you're in for a real treat. I hope you get out pen and paper in case Chef Jeffrey decides to throw out some secret ingredients that you might use this Rosh Hashanah or anything like that. But we have a lot of really wonderful things to show you, to tell you, and can I start out with one quick story?
Listen, this is your show. I'm so humbled, Barry, and you guys for having me here today. I'm thrilled to be here. I mean, this is just an honor. We'll tell a quick couple of secrets real quick for people who don't know. These two are very dear friends of mine, number one. Number two, me and Debbie are cousins. And number three, we go back to about kindergarten. So we've been very good friends for a long time, and I'm humbled and joyed to be with both of them, and I've done a lot of work with them both on a lot of stuff. So thank you for having me.
It's so our
pleasure. What
an
honor. Thank you.
So our pleasure. So I have this wonderful cookbook, and I'm going to bring it up here so you all can see it. Memoirs from a Russian Kitchen. And the reason why I mentioned this cookbook is because I don't even know if you know this story, Jeffrey, but I'd moved back to Dallas after being in San Antonio for something like 30 years. And I love your mom.
Of course.
Sue, and I love her cooking, unsurpassed, right? I mean,
well, kind of the same person who taught me how to cook, okay?
Right,
so.
Right. And so one thing that I really wanted to do is just be in her kitchen with her. And so many people would be like, you got to be in Sue's kitchen with her? I did. And she said, come on over. Let's make some stuffed cabbage. And she said, you take this book. This is one of my very favorite books. And we talked about some wonderful recipes in this book. And your mom and I made stuffed cabbage together. And it is one of my fondest memories talk about being embraced. When you move back home, the way your mom did.
Exactly.
And my feeling about you, your mom, spice of life, is that you nourish us all.
Thank you very much. Well, me and my mom have been around a long time in this catering world, but a little secret, I have the same book. She gave me one too. So, yeah, her cabbage soup is probably the best. I mean, some of the things even that I brought today, well, just one of the things I brought is part of this whole family thing that we started with cooking and everything. So we'll discuss that later.
That's great.
I love the fact that you have that book, and my mom told me to kiss you. So she said that she's so happy for y'all and hopes that you have a sweet New Year as well.
And I'm sure we'll be talking to her. So I have this stack of books here.
Wait. Oh, I just got to ask you. There's a lot of books here.
Yeah.
Another stack.
Now,
are these different from other things you've shown? I don't remember seeing these before.
These books only go.
They appear.
They only are here to prove the same point with the other ones. This one even comes from a concentration camp. And I don't know if you all have ever seen this book, but this is, when you're under the most duress, sometimes food can be so nourishing, both for the soul and the belly. This is another cookbook. Whoa. This is another one from Corpus that my grandmother edited, one of mine. But it's all going to the same place. It all just comes back to what food and culture and secret recipes and sacred recipes. And, Jeffrey, you've been a part of more Simchas than we can count, not the least of which was my son Eli and Amberly's wedding. And I know people just want to hear What are you up to? What are you doing? Because we're not gathering. Tell us anything.
Yeah, well, this is an interesting time for all of us, obviously. And the first thing I want to say to everyone is I hope you stay safe and healthy. I mean, that's the most important thing. And make sure you're feeling good and you're staying safe and you're doing the right things. But, during this time period, we've pivoted a little bit. It's hard for me, like you said, because I'm so used to being in these gathering places amongst all the mitzvahs and the kids and the happy times and the weddings and all the different things I was doing. But hopefully they'll come back. And right now we've kind of pivoted into to-go stuff, a little to-go industry that we're doing. And slowly but surely we can see it. But yes, I really do miss all the simchas and all the mitzvahs and all the gatherings. I miss being amongst the community like I have been for almost 28 years now. So it's been a rough few months here, about 6 months, not being able to see everyone, of course, and not being able to celebrate all their wonderful occasions and do what I love to do, and that's cook for people, and help and please. And, I'm a big person who loves everybody to be happy.
I can't imagine celebrating without having the most delicious food to celebrate with. And Jeffrey, your food has just caused the celebration to make it so memorable. From finishing up a surprise at the wedding, and bringing in the kids, following the kids out with a jazz band from New Orleans. I mean, holy smokes, that's pretty strong.
All the touches.
Yeah, we had a really wonderful time, and we've had wonderful times during all your stuff, and I've had wonderful times with this community, and I miss it. I really do. I have to say, I miss cooking for the community, because I used to say, everybody's cooking in my kitchen, right? Everybody is. And everybody's been cooking in my kitchen for years. So I just, for me, thank you for everybody. And thank you for all the phone calls I've gotten on everybody, ordering and enjoying food, even though I can't come to your house and cook or go to your synagogue and cook or wherever, your backyard or wherever you want me to be. At least I might give you a little bit of my kitchen to your homes. Right?
Now, before you tell us about what you brought today, will you please this is what I've been texted all day. I didn't know that Jeffrey could do our Rosh Hashanah. I didn't know Jeffrey could do our Break the Fast.
What do you mean? I thought we had to suffer in the kitchen and clean everything up. Because I'm the chef's assistant here.
Yeah.
You're saying we can just order Rosh Hashanah?
Yeah, I mean, it's so nice of you to bring up. Yeah, we have Rosh Hashanah online. You go to Spice of Life to go. That's TOGO, spiceoflife2go.com. There's a whole Rosh Hashanah page, and we do it for 2s, 4s, 6s, 8s. We're doing mostly 2s to 8s. We're not doing a lot of big ones, but everybody's so happy with it because you're able to order what you want. If you wanted filet and you wanted chicken, you can order one order of each and then get what you want and split sides. So thank you for mentioning that. That's very nice of you. And we're getting a lot of orders right now, and Rosh Hashanah menu it's a wonderful time, and I've kind of brought some Rosh Hashanah staples, as they call it, right? Because, the apples and the honey, so for a sweet New Year, and the apples are kind of symbolic, and the gefilte fish that's been around forever. It was designed for kosher kitchens, so it would stay. It's a cold dish, and then, of course, my secret recipe, the kugel.
Can I hold it up here? So
you can hold it up, yeah. This is our recipe that's been handed down for since late 40s to early 50s.
Can you see?
This is a kugel recipe that I've been doing, and we've been doing, and my mom taught me, and her mom's mom taught her. So this has been going on in our family for a lot of years, and this is the kind of symbolic stuff that we all talk about, right?
Can I show your gefilte?
Sure. This brings unity, right? This brings family together. This brings, a lot of wonderful things together.
So pretty,
for the
isn't
Happy
it?
New Year.
I'm sorry, my mouth is watering.
Mine too.
Yeah, I'm a
Like
gefilte
in the
fish.
horseradish.
Don't you guys just love gefilte fish?
Oh,
And it's such an interesting
yes.
dish, right? It's made up of all different things, but for some reason,
I have no idea.
we all love it.
we love it. I mean, it's a little bit of what we're used to.
A little history on it. You couldn't take bones out of a fish on the Sabbath. So you would take the bones out of this fish prior to sundown, and then you would mix it with other ingredients. It was a dish that couldn't be warmed. It didn't have to be warmed. So it actually came out of the poverty of years ago from a little bit of people who were a little impoverished and didn't have the types of means. And so this was something that stayed cold over the Sabbath. And all of these are traditions in what we call family, and that's the closest to mine.
Wow.
And you guys are family, so that makes it even better for me to be here.
Can I ask you 2 questions?
Sure.
Okay. One is, I know this one's really important, and I didn't want to forget it. Will you tell us the drop dead last time that we can order to have a dinner by Rosh Hashanah? Because I remember there's a date with that.
Right. Well, I'm going to give a little one more day extension. The website says Monday, but I'm going to go ahead and go all the way through the 15th. So I'm prepared to take orders. And what can I say? If somebody calls on the 16th, I will for sure sneak you in. So,
Okay.
I mean, everybody likes these cutoff dates.
Everyone wants to cut off.
We
But
need
you
to
know,
know when's
and
the
all-
last day.
Everybody in
so
my
we can ask people
kitchen,
one day
everybody
later.
in my kitchen says, put the cutoff date. But Jeff, somebody will call Jeff and say, and of course I'll do it. So, yes.
What about break the fast?
Break the fast Yom Kippur is a kind of a an interesting. It's mostly family, right? And a lot of people like to do it themselves. But we are going to put up a break the fast menu next week.
Good.
It'll be mostly, whitefish salads and tuna and egg salad, things that you would eat in a cold brunch or in an afternoon after break the fast. People don't usually do dinner. You guys have been to a few break the fast, I'm sure. There's a lot of cold foods and a lot of happiness, and I think people are just really hungry, so they're just, give me something, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
so it's another wonderful family time, and I think that's what all 3 of us are about, really, is family. So,
Right.
and I'm grateful that you're family, and I'm here with you. That means a lot to me.
Well, in your gratitude, do you think you would just share with this very small group of us any secrets? Any
Well, I have to
ingredients
tell
or
you,
secrets?
the kugel's been around for a long time, so it's a really it's like a rhythm that we do this, and it's something that we really cherish and love. So I'll tell you what, there's a couple secrets to it. One secret I will give you to the kugel is vanilla. Okay, I'll give you a little secret, but if it comes down to it, and we have to send the recipe out for kugel, we'll come up with one for you and Barry, and we'll give it to anybody who'd like it. How's that?
So basically, you said it's almost like a movie from the '60s where the secret word was plastic.
Plastics.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so vanilla.
Vanilla.
That's a big deal.
Vanilla is the key word here.
That's a secret key.
And I don't know if it's a dash or a lot or a little. Vanilla.
Who knows?
Okay, we're gonna give it a go.
That's pretty good.
We're gonna give it a go.
And the other things are just traditions that I'm happy to be here with you with.
Oh wow, this is just great. So, about how many doozies have you made over the years?
Well, that's a good question. The doozy is become pretty popular lately. And we've made thousands of them.
Talk about comfort food.
Oh my gosh, it's just,
I
this
mean-
thing is just, and it's like one of those things that it's like a piece of candy that you just love, right? And you take one, or a Lay's potato chip's a great example. You take one, or anything that you really love, and you take one, and you're like, oh, I'll have another one. And then a doozy's the same way. It's one of those items that just seems to work, right? It's one of those meshes of food, like an Oreo cookie or something that people combine together to make one perfect bite. Well, that's what I call the doozy.
So a doozy is, for those of you who do not know, is a sandwich, but it's like, I don't know, how many layers is it?
It's 4 layers of sandwich with meats and cheeses, and it's just wonderful. And we have a dressing that was made up from from about the early 60s that we use on it. That's another kind of a secret sauce that we use that was developed in my family. We have a lot of those secret sauces and things in my family, and it was great growing up in a family who were gourmet cooks, because
Right.
that just wanted to make me cook more,
Well, holy smokes, it's a lot of fun eating a doozy. You can't have just one. I think 4 to 7 is about
It's at
a
least,
reasonable number. For
And it's so funny
3 or 4
because the
minutes.
sandwich is cut in 4 squares, right? And so everybody thinks, oh, I'll have a square, but after 6 squares, it's a sandwich and a half.
It really
So
is.
you really don't know that
You
you've
don't
eaten
know it.
a whole
No.
a sandwich and a half of sandwich,
No.
because they just go down very, very easily.
So what do the Collingers eat for their Rosh Hashanah dinner?
So
What menu is going to be at your house?
Well, I think we're going to have a small menu this year. There's going to be about 6 of us, tops 8. we're going to have a wonderful little service first. We're going to go on Zoom and be part of a service at Share with Israel, obviously. Kind of my home place.
Sure.
Something that's near and dear to my heart, obviously, because I cook there. And we miss cooking there for you, of those of you at Share It. We are hoping that we can start cooking for you again soon. So trust us, we miss you, and we miss the congregation. And I miss seeing Ari Sunshine all the time and all the rabbis there. So a shout out to Ari Sunshine, one of my dear friends.
As he
we
gave
miss
you
you.
a shout out.
And
He was here 2
he
weeks
gave me a
ago,
shout out.
and he was giving you
Okay,
a shout
so
out.
now we give each other a
I think
shout
that's
out.
going to work out.
So I think we're going to have the basics, right? I love gefilte fish. My family loves it. We're going to probably add a little chopped liver in maybe somewhere. We're probably going to do a really cool roasted brisket, maybe a little mushroom sauce people like, maybe a little horseradish. We might do a beef tender. We're not sure yet, but we're going to do the kugels, maybe a spinach souffle. I've got a great recipe, or a squash souffle that I can share with you, Debbie, and anybody that wants some of these recipes. I can certainly and would love to share any of this stuff with you. So, yeah, I think it'll be a tad different, but I think it'll be more traditional and more this year traditional than any, because I think all of us in the community and all of us even here would need a new year, right? We need a fresh start. All of us need to come. The sun is hitting me right now. It's kind of unbelievable that, during all this time, the sun decided to come out and reach out to me. So I feel the warmth of it, and I'm glad to be outside, and, I'm glad that we can celebrate Rosh Hashanah together, because that's what and the Sabbath together right now. So I think we all could use a fresh start. Right? And that's what this is all about, isn't it?
So true.
Sweet New Year, sweet honey.
So true.
Delicious apples.
A blow of the shofar.
A blow of the shofar, a good prayer. Apologizing or making any of those wonderful things that you would do for people, right? Apologies.
For sure.
Starting over. Starting over. Sounds great.
It sounds great.
I'm sure it sounds great for a lot of people this year.
It does sound great.
And it's not really funny. I'm just trying to make
but it does sound good, and it's important. So
Torah portion?
Torah portion.
Do you need these notes that I see here?
I forgot. It's so nice that you mentioned it. So this week's Torah portion, I don't even know if you know this, Jeffrey or Debbie. This week's Torah portion is Nitzavim Vayelech. Now remember, it's a double portion because they have to cram more portions in there than there are weeks in the year. And so there's only 2 more portions after these 2. So I'll give you an idea. Oh, and here's a better idea. Here's a Torah, and this is a small one, but you see the roll is just so small over here and it's big here. This culminates in just 29 days from today, because that'll be Sukkot, and the end of Sukkot, which is Simchas Torah. So here's a setting in this week's Torah portion. So the Israelites, they're on the banks of the Jordan, and they're ready to go, but they're still standing there, listening to Moses' farewell speech, his well wishes, and his instructions on how they need to proceed in life later once they cross into the river Jordan. Moses tells these people that you shall stand before me, you shall stand before the eternal God, all of you. You tribal leaders, you elders, you officials, all of you Israelite men, women, children, even the stranger, ger in Hebrew, all of those strangers in the camp, all of you are going to be here today to stand and listen to the following. And he goes on to talk about what many of the themes that have been expressed throughout Deuteronomy. Then Vayelech begins with Moses instructing the Israelites that he is now 120 years old and he is not able to go into the land that's beyond him. In fact, he says, the Eternal One says, you are not allowed to go into yonder Jordan, crossing the river. So the themes are strong. The rhetorical power of these 2 portions are so strong. But one of the themes that I like most about it is he instructs the Israelites, that the covenant between them is not just for them, and it's classless, meaning it covers all classes, and not just them today, but them tomorrow and for all future generations. So basically, this Torah portion says that the covenant between God and the Israelites are for everybody. And I think that's terrific. It's a great time to hear this. And this is such a powerful message that it may be a spoiler alert, but on Yom Kippur, many congregations repeat Nitzavim in their portion. So it's kind of great. So with that being said, one last thing. This is great.
Wait, Yasher Koach. That was woo! That
Wow.
was a nice, very nice.
Are you sure you're not a rabbi in your other life?
Well, as it turns out, I'm still a garment maker. But
Okay. So you're a Shmata rabbi.
these portions are so short. Anyone can read them. It goes by real fast. So with that, Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. That was unbelievable.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So what about the challah? Is there still a challah in this world?
Well, we're practicing. We're getting ready for Rosh Hashanah. We're going a little early, but Jeffrey, I make a challah every week, every
I know.
Friday. So
I heard.
this one I'm kind of getting ready, just kind of testing out. But this one I did a few raisins, a nice round challah. It's not too early to think about the fullness of the year and coming full circle and all the things this shape provides. So we thought we'd get a little bit of a head start this evening with the sweetness. We could all use that.
Yes, we could definitely all use a little sweetness.
I bet you didn't know that the Shabbos show has prizes and gifts for you.
Well,
No.
Yes,
no.
yes, yes.
Oh,
It's true.
Well, that's okay.
He
'Cause
didn't know. He
That's
didn't
okay
know.
because I brought them food prizes. So
And now our kids heard that, and they're like starting the car. Liz and Eli are like, "Look, we're on the way."
your mom always taught you never to go to someone's house without something.
Yes.
So
Well, this is your
You're
something.
so sweet.
This is your something for
Thank
you
you.
and for your family, for Melinda. I know it's hard not to.
I know, you just want to. And then what's funny is that when I see people I'm really excited to see, even though we're distancing and I have my mask on, nobody knows I'm smiling at them.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like,
Right.
I am smiling. I am glad to see you.
So true.
So let me just say thank you so much. This is Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Happy New Year. Happy, sweet, and healthy New Year to the Rothschilds. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having me today. Maybe you'll invite me back. We'll do some more cooking.
We'd love
We'll
that.
do some
We
other
love that.
things. But for you, Debbie, anybody that's really interested in any recipes, it's my pleasure. I love you both very much, and I'm
So
so
we do,
honored
too.
to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Happy New Year to everyone there. Love to cook for you, so if you need me, let me know. It's my pleasure, as always.
Here, you have to open this.
Oh,
Yeah.
You have to see what you got.
surprise,
I
surprise.
give it.
We like surprise. Oh.
Whoa.
For everyone who didn't know,
Oh, that's pretty.
this is beautiful. And
Can we see it up there?
And I'm going to bring it up and show you. Look how beautiful this shofar is. This means a lot to me. And I'm going to put it in the house with all of our other stuff, right beside my cooking utensils. No, I'm just kidding. So we're going to put this in the house. And Melinda, look at this wonderful. And a shout out to my mom who's semi-retired. Shana Tova to you, Mom. And to everybody else here. Thank you so much.
That's so pretty.
Wonderful. Oh my gosh. If I could hug them, we would be arm in arm right now, but I can't. So I'll hold this up until you conclude.
May this blast find all of us in good health
Thank you.
and peace.
Thank
Shalom.
Shalom. Shabbat shalom, everyone, and may we all find peace.
So true.
Happy
And
New Year. Shana Tova.
it is so special that each of you join in and find a way as a community for us to come together right before, the sun sets. This is what feels to me like a very sacred segue. And your presence and your energy is felt and appreciated every time we see the names and the people saying hi, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you so much for taking the time to join hands with us and be together. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Debbie.
I'm honored. Shabbat shalom. I'm honored to be here.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, Mindy Greenberg said, blow the shofar. I don't know.
Hold on, Mindy. Bye, guys.